And everybody, it's Tim Reazor with Revere Asset Management just before 5:30 here on a Wednesday night, a Fed Wednesday. So listen, I had a lot to cover, stock nerds. I want to show you there's amazing setup. Well, what I think is amazing. Some really good white bar setups coming to fruition here, and I really want to bring them to you. But before we begin, stock nerds, market lovers, I'm going to build upon tonight what I talked about in the podcast on Friday. So if you haven't given it a listen yet or a watch, you can get a Apple iTunes store, wherever you get your podcast. Search Revere Asset, Google Play Store, of course. Your Money Radio, or just Your Money, Revere Asset. And this is the title that's on our website, The Best Sector to Buy in 2022. There is, at the start of the show, some stuff I talk about with the equal weight ETFs that we're going to dive right into here tonight. And I want you to be in on the information. So give it a go if you haven't done so, or you can go back and listen to it. But listen, if you have any questions, concerns, comments on anything I'm about to cover, just hit me up, tim@revereasset.com. Look, you want to talk to the fellas that buy the stocks, put the stocks on the watch list, make all the decisions. Hunter, Alex, Don at revereasset.com. Want to talk to America's fiduciary, the owner of the firm, the person who puts the weight of the world on his shoulders to get people out of high cost annuities. Annuities are insurance products, not investments. Life insurance is an insurance product, not investment. And Danny is the leader in explaining to people that every product has its purpose. Those are not your growth vehicles, my friends. And so 855-732-5932. We don't sell any of that stuff, by the way. So what you're getting is an unbiased look. And I'm telling you, a lot of you are shocked when Danny explains to you that you've been paying a trailing fee, and your surrender penalties on those products are really the commission. If you want to know how much you paid the person, a lot of that's not disclosed, even though, like, it's disclosed, it's by law disclosed, but it's buried really far, and you got to know where to look for. So if you want to talk to Danny about all that stuff, I want to talk to a true fiduciary in the industry. 855-732-5932. Let's get to it, stock. Oh, real quick. Look, there is the white bar charts, the genesis of a group called, affectionately known as the IPO Club. Want to find out about the IPO Club, excuse me. I really want to get to the charts here. IPO Club is just an outreach of what we do here at Revere. They're not. We don't own the group. They're just friends of Revere, and so it's a community of like-minded investors like yourselves that just want to talk to other people who want to learn and grow. They're non-snarky. They're the most helpful, genuine human beings you could ever want to meet. And so at TJ Reazor, you can just, my DMs are open. You can, they'll show up here like we're text messaging buddies. You can email me. I'll introduce you to the folks that kind of just run the group, the admins, so to speak. And they're just wonderful human beings. But a lot of that, they're the ones that take care of, it's a shared information. It's not like one knowledge base pushing information. It's their own group, but when I tell you, incredibly helpful. I mean, just super helpful. And then look, I wrote this trading plan for 2021, released it December 31st last year. This trading plan, I'm telling you, is pretty much going to be my trading plan for 2022 with some updates. I'll probably release an updated version here at the end of the year. But if you want to get a jump start on that, the link is in the email that you get, and it's also, I believe, in the YouTube video. But if you don't find it, just tim@revereasset.com, and then stock news, market lovers, or you can get me right here. These videos are for what? Your edification purposes only. They're never ever to be misconstrued advice. Want advice, need advice, seek advice. All you have to do is, in fact, give me a call. Now, why am I so excited? Like today, so you've heard the phrase, you buy the rumor, sell the news. Today's the exact opposite of that. Today is you sold the rumor, you bought the news. So Jay Powell telegraphed this a couple of weeks ago, we're going to be raising and we're going to accelerate. And and the market did all of its adjustments. And today Jay Powell didn't tank the market, and the market liked it. But there's something that's really interesting that's setting up right now. So I'm on the S&P futures. The new session's opened up. And let me show you something. So this is a year-to-date chart, and I want to show you like these white bars. I've talked about these white bars and the importance of them and what they represent. 5-8 cross with some other information in there, and you can get all that from the IPO Club. But look, you don't get that many. And when you get a moving average stack with the white bars, you really want to pay attention. But then on the podcast, I talked about like how you could even get a truer move with the equal weights. But look what we got today. So the new session is open. This is the new session. So this is actually Thursday's bar started right here, okay? But we got a white bar, right? We got a white bar out of that session. And what's super interesting is we got a white bar where? On the equal weights. And the damage has been done to the equal weights. See, the damage, so like the equal weights were signaling that there's a lot of deterioration taking place. But look, this has got a white bar. And you're also starting to get a 5, an 8, a 21, a 34, 50. That's moving average stack time. And so that's a big deal. And you're like, well, Tim, you got that over here, sort of. Well, not really, because the 21 was above the 34. Just now do we have a 5 above the 8, above the 21, above the 31, the 50. So this has the potential to take out this, right? Because its momentum is on your side. And look, this is an equal weight S&P 500. This is a really good way to look at it, all right? So it's not just like two trains. You're seeing repair, right? Repair in 500 potential stocks, right? Not all of them, of course. But if you can take this out, maybe you go up and challenge this here. You're just this hop, skip, and a jump away. But now, my friends, let's turn our attention to the Nasdaq futures. Ah, yes, the Nasdaq futures. Well, we got a 5, which is the purple line, an 8, which is the dotted line, a 21, a 34 to 50, moving average stack with a white bar. Whoa, wow, that's pretty exciting, isn't it? Or as they would say on the Big Bang Theory, I mean, wow. And so here we go. You don't get that many white bars on a year-to-date chart, but it's even cleaner if you were to go QQEW. Let's equal out all the stocks in the Nasdaq 100, and you don't have the moving average stack yet, but you have a white bar. So if you're going to be the type of trader that says, I'm going to wait for the moving average stack before I take action on that white bar, consider this your warning signal. If you're an aggressive trader, and by the way, everything we do here is for what? Your edification purposes only. Never, ever, ever take this construed as advice, okay? So if you need advice, want advice, seek advice, remember, talk to America's fiduciary, Danny Stewart, 855. So now, got a white bar there. Well, Tim, we got white bars here. Not every signal works out. That's why you have a sell discipline, but it's the heads up, right? And didn't have a moving average stack here, but that's a pretty good move from 113 to 121. Are we going to get into a move like that? I don't know. It takes a couple of days, folks, to ferret out the true name. This could have just been a one-day relief rally, and oh, by the way, we are not going anywhere. But all I can do is point out the signaling, right? How about the YMs? These are all daily charts, my friends. The YMs, oh, you're kidding me. We got a white bar to what? Say what? As my 4-year-old would say, that's so weird. Like, that's a white bar. And so look, these are good signals. Like, all you need a heads up, right? You need an alert. Something positive to the upside is potentially taking shape, and you're getting that with the white bar. The white bar, is that the sign of a ho, ho, ho? Is that, oh, we're going to get a Christmas rally? I don't know. Let's go back to ES real quick. So let's do a simple. Let me take this high. Oh, I did that. That's this high to this low. Let's go recent. Let's go even more recent. I'm going to zoom in. So I want to get, so let's get even more granular. Do a little fib work here. Okay, we're above. Where could this move terminate? Yeah, probably 47.86. All right, let's just call it 100 more points. If it gets going, okay? That's what you really want to pay attention to. What derails this? What says, you know, Tim, you're a little too bullish for me. I like bearish, Tim. Can you give me bearish, Tim? I can give you bearish, Tim. So let's do that. So let's do DXY. This is super interesting. I want to point this out to you. So the dollar, when the market was down today, this is where the dollar was at its highs. When the Fed minutes came out, dollar spiked. The dollar pulled back, markets went this way while the dollar was going this way. The dollar's just pulled back to the 8. If you see the dollar creeping and wanting to break out, it's probably going to squash this rally. I would hawk the dollar. Hawk it. I would watch it, because if it starts to break down, like, and it wants to come back to the mean, right? And if you don't know how to use any of those charts, go back to that 2021 trading plan. It's all there. But look at that mean. And so if it comes back to the mean, that's probably really bullish for the short term for equities. And then if it bounces, you probably equities pause. But if the dollar were to somehow inexplicably take off, ooh, buyer beware. But what are some setups? you know, Tim, you got me interested in this setup thing, this little white bar thing you're doing. And so, you can see, let's see, like a stock like Ben, right? White bar, it's trying here. It's trying from the mean. Do you have moving average stack alignment? Trying to get there. How about something like CF, right? Oh, yeah. There, look at that. Two in a day, 5. Look at that. That's momentum. Is maybe 70 is the target for CF. Who knows? But what about something like Google? Oh, white bar in Google. How often do you get white bars in Google? The answer is not often. White bar, white bar, white bar, white bar. You're like, well, then that's pretty often. Well, let's go back. The white bars start some pretty big runs. There's a white bar right there. Pretty awesome run. Let's see, is that a white bar? Yeah, but cross to the downside. White bar to start your year. Pretty awesome. How about, so Google, absolutely positively on the watch list. How about MSFT? Microsoft, almost 350, all the way down to 334. What happened to Mr. Softy, as they call him? No, look, 8, 5, 8, 21, 34. Moving average stack with a white bar? Whoa. Okay, well, Tim, there's a white bar. Yeah, but look at the 5 crossing below the 8. You see, I mean, it's so simplistic, right? It's so simplistic it can't work, right? It has to be more complicated. You know, you need more indicators. You need more confusion. You need to sound smart at holiday cocktail parties. Listen, you tell them about your white bar signal, you're gonna wow them, like me wow at a cocktail party. Okay, so look at this. Once you get that 5, that 8, the 21, and the 34 over here, and the 50, you don't get moving average alignment stack here. But then look at you go. Like, what's in that was earnings. I mean, do you know how big of a stock Microsoft is? Let's check out Apple. See, Apple, man, just power. But look at the power of a white bar signal, moving average stack right here on 1112 from 150 up to 180. So anyway, got some white bars to look at, folks. Got the one thing I believe you really want to hawk to see if this market is going to take off or pause or even pull back a little bit. Okay, and you're like, well, Tim, what about the banks? They're going to raise rates, and then people are talking about the banks. I don't have that kind of signaling here yet. Doesn't mean you can't watch them and get a heads up and look out for them. But those are the, what do I type in there? KRE, the regionals. Let's do the bigger money center banks. You know, at the 200 day, I don't have that signaling, right? And so you want to be careful about your biases. You just want to see. It doesn't mean you can't get it, right? But right now the banks are just kind of holding serve, and I thought you'd be up more than 0.5% with somebody telling you you're going to raise rates. Interesting, right? Okay, so hopefully that all helps. Listen, Stockners, I love you, okay? I think you know that. Don't ever be afraid to reach out at TJ Reazor, revereasset.com. I'm always grateful that people take the time to write, whether it's great or not so great. I'm glad that you watch, and I'm appreciative of so. So thank you, and I will see you at the next update.